Uncle Bruno.
Hey, Big Daddy, what's happening?
Oh, let me turn this damn thing off. Hey, we're back. We're back.
You're
been a couple months.
You're echoing, so you got to turn it down just a smidge.
Oh, I got to turn my shit down.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh, it's only when I raise my voice.
Yeah, the equipment.
You can't. Well, let me turn it down a little bit. Do you hear yourself echoing?
No, you were echoing. I'm fine.
That's kind of ironic because my head was echoing for the last 2.5 months. Some crazy shit went down. I'm not even coming on the screen. I'm not even sure if I want to come live, Uncle Bruno.
No, you have to come live. People have to see you.
Listen, I'm telling you, they don't need to. They don't need to see. I look like that Cornelius guy from that Christmas cartoon.
There's so much to catch up on.
I know. That's what the whole point of this show is. It's a Sunday chill on the Big Daddy Road Show, and I'm just not ready. Do you mind? I have a little anxiety. Can I just stay in ghost mode for a little bit? What have you been up to?
Well, Jesus, I mean, it's.
Hey,
nice I like this.
I missed the whole Corona Film Festival. I missed the thing in Jersey.
So let me get there. Here we go. So a couple of weeks ago, it was a big weekend. I did about 890 something miles round trip. Started out headed to Connecticut, went to Queens for the Corona Film Festival. Sal Ranella, and he was awarding awards to a lot of independent filmmakers, and The Streets, which I've been telling you, Amazon Prime. I don't know if you saw the first Streets yet, but Streets 2's coming out. My friend Dan Romano, he won Best Supporting Actor, and Frank Carrera got Best Supporting Actor, and Scott McManus, the film with Eddie Rocky Rivera, he won Top Producer. So it was pretty cool. The IT crew performed.
So when I went away, we'll discuss where I went and everything. If I get
because you had full invitation. I was like your PR guy. Where's Big Daddy? Everywhere I went, where's Big Daddy? Where's Big Daddy? Every person that came up to me, where's Big Daddy? Wise Guys, where's Big Daddy? So after that show,
wait a second, hold on. Freddie the fireman was asking about me.
Freddie the fireman was asking how you were doing.
I wasn't even ever on his show. I like the chicken.
He knows because I put you out there. He knows about you.
Yeah, I know. You really put me out there. But if I go live tonight, man, wait till you see. Let's just say I haven't been grooming properly recently.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'll tell you the whole story in a second. I just got to drink something. Let me just get a shot of something. What can I have a shot of? Maybe. Crown Royal. That's my favorite. So anyway, there's a couple people in the chat. Lori,
you remember what happens with Crown Royal?
Yeah, you pass out on Christmas trees. Lori's in the chat. John Lupo's in the chat. Where's everybody else? Are we sharing the show, by the way? I guess we share
I
the
hope
show.
they are. I shared too. I invited a bunch of people: Greg, Nancy, Julie.
Why don't you get all those people with Fred the Fireman and stuff like that?
I am.
What about
Kevin,
that Kevin Sockball fella? Kevin
I just sent
Sockball.
it to Kevin.
Kevin should share our shit. All
I
right,
sent
I'm just gonna genuflect and say, dear Lord, I'm gonna go live. Have my back. Because I'll tell you right now, if you don't believe in God, you will if you went through what I went through in the last couple months. I'll explain a little bit, but I'm going to go into detail on a couple special shows. I'm going to do both funny shows on what I experienced, and I'll show you just a preview of what's coming. This was me before I went to the hospital, Uncle Bruno. I don't know if you could see it, but black and white photography, no less.
I can see that.
So yeah, as you can see, like I've let go of my shaving. I did shave my head. You can see the hair on my head. People think I'm full bald, but no. The only reason I ever shaved to go bald was because I hated combing my hair in the morning, and my hair doesn't grow good anymore.
You're echoing again.
Oh, let me just turn this down. That's all. That's just
Yeah.
okay. So can you still hear me?
I can.
All right, cool. That should help the echo. All right, here I come. I'll come live, and you could just now be nice, okay? Just be nice.
All right.
This is, before I come live, this is the Big Daddy Road Show. We are a talk improv podcast, and, it gets silly sometimes, but we also do serious shows as well. So buckle up. If you're new to this, we're going to be doing our 5th season starting this upcoming week. This is the Sunday Chill, which we do randomly. Anyway, get back to the full screen here and get rid of this. And there's Uncle Bruno, hashtag Uncle Bruno. And there's that handsome Big Daddy in black. Look at that in black and white. That looks stunning. All right, let me drop that.
You're reverberating. Echo and reverberating.
You know what I think it is? You got to turn that iPad down.
No, the iPad's completely off.
Is it? Am I?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I just got to talk less. I mean, not as loud. Okay, let me try this.
Yeah, back the gain of the mic down a little bit, I think.
The gain down. Let me see. Check 1, 2. Check. How about that? Check 1, 2.
That seems to be fine.
Okay, cool. But you can hear me though, right?
I can hear you fine. Every so often it starts to reverberate and echo.
And now you'll be able to see me. In 3, 2, 1. Be nice. Wait a minute. Where'd we go?
I don't know. I don't see you.
Hold on a second. It's only you on the screen. I can't even get it on the screen of my own show.
It's only me.
Hold on. Let me just remove this.
Uh-oh. Am I gone now?
Boom.
There you go.
Now we're cooking with gas. So, hey, here we are.
Shit. Wait a minute. What the fuck, man?
What?
Look like Rip Van Winkle.
Yeah, Rip Van Winkle, who went to sleep for forever. Yeah. I told you to be nice.
Wait. Did you lose power, or you didn't buy? We didn't have any blades? What's going on?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, come on. Dale, what's going on? He's saying, hey, Uncle Bruno. What's up, Dale? Everybody.
No. Wait a minute. Let's see. How many inches is that friggin' thing?
How many inches is what?
Your goddamn beard.
Oh, the beard. Let me explain the beard. You know that I went to the hospital, right?
Yeah, well, what? They don't have shaving implements there?
No.
Wait a minute. They couldn't give you any sharp stuff.
Not in this kind of hospital. No, I was in a hospital in Philadelphia called Belmont Behavioural Center because I made a mistake. The doctor gave me a prescription that I mistakenly thought was a sleeping pill, but here it was in the benzo family, and I went cold turkey, and my brain went kaplooey. So this is what happens when you lay in bed from a pill. Man, it was like Alice in Wonderland going down the rabbit hole, and this is the result. So this is how long it's been since I seen, like literally I was in my room in the dark 22 hours a day. That's how it screwed up my head. Nancy from Tennessee knows the whole drill. She was trying to get me to go to the ER. Another friend, Melissa, was trying to get me to go to the ER for weeks. And I can't explain it, but I just checked out of the universe for a while. So, an interesting story about Nancy today, and we're going to talk about it on the show tonight. We're going to talk about Bridget the Midget, very famous little person. And I mistakenly sent her a story about where I posted it on her page. I thought I was sending it to her private message, but I posted it on her page, and she's very Christian. And she's like, "What are you doing? Why did you send it on my page?" I said, "I thought I sent it to the PM."
Did she delete it off her page?
Apparently, the little person's in trouble. Allegedly, got in trouble with her boyfriend. We'll talk about that. We'll tease
that later.
We'll talk about that later on. But yes, so okay, so I ended up in a psychiatric hospital, which is ironic because my father used to. He was a supervisor back in the '60s at Brooklyn Psychiatric Hospital. So how did it happen? I went to my doctor. I have diabetes and we can't get my sugars right. So I think I got two things that happened to me. My sugars were all out of whack, which got me into a depression. And I mean out of whack, like 400 plus on the what is it called? Like glucose machine.
Yep.
So then I got depressed. So for anxiety, they gave me a pill. I think it was Paxil. I'm like, okay, cool. And everybody was commenting on how I was my old self again. Yeah. Then I couldn't sleep. I was up like 5 days in a row. It was ridiculous. And I'm no good without sleep to begin with, just losing 8 hours. Well, I lost 5 days. Doctor puts me on a pill, but I heard him say sleeping pill. Nothing about benzos or benzo. It was called clonazepam or something like that. I don't know what it was. All the people doing benzos will know. I can't even spell it. It's crazy. So I went to my pharmacist to get my diabetes pills and these other pills. And I had just left the doctor's office and that one pill wasn't in the prescription bag. So I questioned the guy who I thought was a pharmacy tech. And he said, no, there's no prescription for that one. So I just assumed the doctor thought I was back on my normal sleeping schedule and didn't give it to me. About 3 to 5 days later, I started to see, one of my favorites was elephant with a giraffe head. That was weird. I was grinding my teeth. I got more severely depressed. I didn't shave. I didn't shower. I don't even want to tell you how many days I didn't shower, but let's just say it was very Howard Hughes-like if you've read his books and what he went through. People, friends of mine, you included, I'll tell the people how you helped me get to the ER eventually, but were telling me for weeks on end to get outside. I didn't want to go outside. I actually was paranoid. I didn't think I'd ever leave the house again. So is that trippy enough for you?
Wow. Did you hear? So when Nancy finally told me that she was trying to get you to the ER, I told her that if he doesn't answer my call, I'm just dialing 911 and sending the police and fire and ambulances to his house.
That was a motivator. And you also threatened to come and shoot me, which I thought was kind of like, either way, I'm dead. I'm a dead man. So honestly, I'm going to do more shows about this. I want to say, put it out there. A big thank you to Geisinger Hospital by the Mohegan Sun Casino, the staff. Once I finally accepted the fact that I needed help, Uncle Bruno, which was a long way to get there, I want to say that they treated me with nothing but compassion and kindness and professionalism. But they did keep me awake for a day and 3/4, and they put me in the hallway. I couldn't. They wouldn't give me my CPAP machine because I wasn't admitted anywhere.
That was kind of weird. That's kind of weird. So explain. You went to the emergency room. They had you in and out. They had you in an emergency room, but then realized that there were more people with more emergencies than you, and they stuck you in the hallway.
Well, it's not a hallway. It was like right by the nurse's desk. Well, it was a hallway because everybody was walking by me all the time, and I was torturing them in funny ways, So here, in a nutshell, and I'm going to go in great detail about these, like I said, because what I told myself is, okay, if I'm going to go through this experience of signing myself in to psychiatrists or whatever the hell they do with you, I'm going to try to remember as much as I can. So what happened was they got me in to a bay, and then the night shift lady left and said, the next lady's going to find you a bed to go to. They were going to send me to a diagnostic psychiatric hospital to see, because at this point they don't know if I'm doing drugs or if I'm addicted to alcohol. And I had told them I can do all those. Well, I never did heavy drugs ever in my life, but I've smoked, a little bit of Mary Jane in my day. But drinking, I could drink tomorrow, get plastered, and I don't have that addictive gene with alcohol, so I can not drink for 4 months. Hey, some of the IT crews in the chat, I'm seeing a couple people. John's there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Patrice, hi, Tom. Hope you're feeling better. I'm feeling better. We're talking about it right now. I'm sure you're listening. So anyway, long story short is they eventually needed somebody was having like heart problems, and I even said to them, I said, "Get me out of here." I said, "You guys got me just waiting for a hospital bed." And this is the funniest part. I'll just leave you with this. They sent me from that hospital to Belmont Behavioural Hospital to the diagnostic ward, which is basically where anybody with problems. Sadly, most of the problems were drug and alcohol related. But in my case, it was drug related, but it was from cutting cold turkey, clonazepam, which was given to me for anxiety and sleep. I was staying up for 5 days at a time. You remember all the times I was, you remember when I was off the clock.
Yep.
And, so anyway, all my friends were begging me a long time ago. I think I detoxed from it, cold turkey. I think I went through the worst of it at home, but I was still like, I literally couldn't remember how to spell simple words like and I was really freaking out. I thought I was getting early dementia or some shit. And anyway, long story short, I'm going to do shows and tell people the experience from the second I walked into the ER to the ER experience to when the constable in Pennsylvania, I guess the constable takes you to the other hospital. So they got me in paper pants and a paper shirt, and I feel like I'm going to prison. Let's just say I will not give all the details because it's a really crazy story. I didn't get checked into Philadelphia Hospital till about 1 o'clock in the morning. I had 2 roommates. I'll explain what that was like to go in a dark room and wonder what the 2 guys next to you in a psychiatric hospital is like, and the rules. Like they literally treat you kind of like you're in kindergarten. And remember, I'm babbling a little bit. My head's not right. But within a couple of days, they got my blood sugar like the lowest I've ever seen it in my life. I saw no less than 5 medical professional doctors. Philadelphia rocks with the doctors and nurses, let me tell you. And just like all my other friends that were there for drugs and alcohol, within a couple of days, they had me back on track. And I have a big respect for people. Honestly, I poke fun at people sometimes. And man, some of the people, Uncle Bruno, with the stories of their, why they ended up doing drugs. And the one girl was there, and no names, but her nickname was 40, in case she's watching. A lot of people wanted me to mention them on the show. And 40, she had been given CPR. She went to a section of town to get, I guess it was meth, but they gave her the drugs. The drug dealers gave her the other one. What's that bad drug now? Oh God, it's on the see. I still have 1% memory loss. What's the bad drug that's killing people? Fentanyl.
Oh yeah, fentanyl. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been a crazy, and I am going to probably shave some of this, but now I've never done this before with a beard. I might let a barber try to clean this up and see it, because it's going to get cold and start snowing.
I think we need to get the beautiful Jennifer in studio to trim you up and clean you up. So we have to get that out there.
In a bathing suit, no less.
Yeah, whatever,
So
let me just say hi to some of the people out here. My cousin John's out here from Bethpage, Long Island. Who else? I've sent a few invites to people. They're not on your page, like Jenny Alfano. She's watching, but she can't type. So you'll have to, if she sends you an invite, make sure you accept her on Facebook. She's a good friend of mine.
I don't accept a lot of people anymore, but I will do that if you give them the nod. Okay.
Yeah, I give him the nod. Anybody? Yep. So, at any rate, John Lupo, Dale, Lori. Who else is out here? So that's it. So there's a few people there so far. And anyway.
Yeah, Lori says fentanyl. So the young lady had fentanyl. She had some crazy, I'm sure I could tell the story because I'm not naming names. Apparently, her husband had gotten her best girlfriend pregnant. So her bestie got pregnant, and, chaos ensued. And this young lady was 11 years sober, I think from alcohol and drugs. And that set her on a binge where she ended up in the clinic with me. And she's such a sweetheart. And I remember in the talks, you have to go to groups. And I went to every one because, me, I'm a sponge. I was there finally. I just wanted them to help me get rid of the pain I had in my head. And they did CAT scans and chest x-rays. And it was wild. They did that in the ER, by the way. The Belmont Hospital is not a medical hospital. It's a psychiatric hospital. But within a couple of days, they had my blood sugars good. I think my blood sugar actually affected my whole problem too.
Oh, I would imagine that the blood sugar that has quite a bit of that could do
I'm
some.
not I'm not even touching the surface of what I went through. It was like hell. If I wasn't in hell, I was certainly at the front doors. But yeah,
Wow.
okay. And Jean's watching. She's a new watcher from McAdoo, Pennsylvania. Welcome, Jean. And so anyway, yeah, I'll be doing. I want to really do the shows justice because here's the kicker, Uncle Bruno. Everybody gets a little bummed out once in a while, and I actually in the hospital, I was trying to poll the professionals. I think that it's probably roughly, and maybe the audience in the chat can tell me their opinion. I think it's probably 60% of the American population, maybe even more, are on some form of anxiety pill because of what's the world's like. It's a fast-paced, crazy world, and when I got in that hospital, I had a whole new respect for people that are suffering from alcoholism or drug abuse. And we can all battle why they started doing drugs or why they started drinking. But the point is I really think I really do believe it's a disease. And once these people started to come out of their detox, they were beautiful, articulate people. They were people that were really, really cool human beings who just kind of got caught up in some bad scenes and had something drastic, whether their mother died or something, and they just hey, there's my cousin Donna Hill. Hiya, what's going on? So yeah,
Hey,
everybody's joining
hey,
in, and
hold on. We have probably the most long distance watcher right now, Julie Angelina
from
from
Australia,
Australia.
what's going on? The drunken housewives. Ironically,
Right.
we're talking about
Yes.
going to a
Yes.
hospital for alcoholism. But she's awesome. If you don't know about the It Crew and all the people, all the other shows we work with, Freddie the Fireman from the Wise Guy Show, Bruno, you want to mention some of them? But Julie from Australia, please, folks,
Yeah.
if you're watching, check out her show. It's hysterically fun. She drinks
Yeah, the
wine.
problem with the problem with Julie Angelina, and so at one point when we were staying up all night, remember way back, I used to watch her shows live, but now that
Yeah,
we're on some type of normal routine, that it's hard to catch her show because where she lives, they are identically 12 hours behind. So right now, she's just getting up in the morning, probably getting the kids ready for school, and she's popped in to say hello, which I really appreciate that because she's
yeah.
very
Good
busy
morning.
with three boys or four boys, and so she's very, very busy housewife, and hence probably the drunken housewife type deal. And she is no drunk, by the way. That is her tagline, basically.
Yeah,
And she really does cooking. She really got on doing cooking.
and
So
I think she has, and maybe if she's still watching, I think Angelina, don't you? Or Julie, dear, don't you have? I don't know what she has, some kind of ailment or something. So
she
listen.
has she has MS, so she has to take care of
Yeah.
herself, and so
So
she,
prayers to you, Julie. Prayers to
yep,
you.
yep, positive thoughts. So
But the point is, and then I want to move on. We have other things to talk about. This is an improv comedy show for crying out loud. But yeah, we'll see if we can get the beautiful Jennifer in here to maybe grind on me with the razor blade, and
yeah,
that should be fun. But I don't know. She moved her job. We'll have to see if we can get in touch with her. But so Nancy Weems is just popping online. I don't know if she's been in the chat yet, but remember, Nancy, I'm sorry about Bridget the Midget. I'm sorry about posting that on your page.
Bridget the Midget, the
I
porn
thought I
star.
was sending it to private messenger. I did.
See, that's
MS.
because see his Nancy. You have to give him a pass because he's just getting back into it.
I still have 3% memory loss. I thought I was getting dementia. I thought I'd be in the corner pissing in a Depends diaper. I honestly didn't.
Jesus.
I'm grateful to be. And also, I want to stress, and this is, people can believe this or not if they choose to. I actually believe, what's up, Dave? How you doing? I actually believe that my brain is repairing itself to a degree where I'm actually, if you can believe this, Uncle Bruno, becoming smarter. This is the freakiest thing. I've always had a hard time remembering names, but for some reason, in all the groups I went to at the hospital, I remembered not only the people's names, but their nicknames they had or the nicknames I gave them because they said, "Would you talk about our experience on your show?" And I said, "I will if I will change names and not use your real names because I don't want anybody getting hurt." And especially the people like we were talking about the Kensington area of Philadelphia because the hospital's in just outside of Center City, Philly. It was on the east side, and I was on East 3. I was on the third floor, East Unit. It's called the Diagnostic. I never, thankfully, went past that floor because I guess If you get put off on another floor, you're talking like once flew over a cuckoo's nest kind of.
So do they have different levels of floors?
Yes. And they also have privileges. So when you first get there, you don't have any privileges. You got to earn them by going to talks and groups. I will
Ah,
happily say I went to every one. Now the patients that were really bad detoxing, they wouldn't make it to everyone. I noticed they were in their beds 22 hours, but I was like that when I first went off the prescribed drug clonazepam at home. So I went through my crazy detox alone. I didn't even know what the hell was wrong with me. I actually thought I was losing my mind. I didn't put two plus two together. It was actually Nancy who asked me, did I change my meds or did the doctor change any of my diabetes meds? And I just said, it just didn't even register. About 4 or 5 weeks, I started to get a little more clarity. I started to come out of it, and it was at least 4 weeks. It was horrible. Even the doctors were amazed it bothered me that much. But anyway, I called her back and I said, you know what? I had one pill that wasn't in the bag when I went to pick up all my meds. And I
yeah.
said, that must have been it. Sure enough, I went and Googled it, of course, because the Google doctor will tell you everything. And it turns out if you go cold turkey on some of these pills, you will go haywire like I did, but you can get seizures, you can have a stroke, and you could die. So I feel pretty grateful yet again that I've dodged the bullets of death. Happy Halloween, everybody. So, and I guess that's all because I'm going to do a couple small shows on it. If you're ever, I guess the message is this: if you're on prescribed medication from your doctor and you get to the pharmacy like me and a pill's not in the bag, don't be afraid to question it. And even go further than that, have the tech or the pharmacist call your doctor immediately to confirm if you should be weaning off the medication or not. Because I'm telling you, you don't want to go through the hell I went through. And again, if you're out there and you have a drug problem or an alcohol problem, and Uncle Bruno, you're sober for many years. You don't make no bones about that. Congratulations to
Nope.
you with that.
Thank you.
But if you're out there and you're struggling and you're just down and out and you're out of it, which is what I was. I literally wasn't. I mean, it wasn't my. Let's just say my pistons weren't firing. And I know I act crazy on my show, but that's all show. I mean, I literally am a sarcastic comedian. I'm very weird with my comedy,
The
but
other
it's all show. But I went through real withdrawals from a thing called a pill called clonazepam. And folks, I don't wish it on my worst enemies. So if you
But the
take
other thing too is that let me just cut you off for a second. That the deeper you went into this, the less rationale you had. So you weren't even rationalizing.
Listen, I'm telling you, when you guys were going saying go to the ER, this was the big thing. The big question was, did I threaten to commit suicide? And I'm tell you what, I don't even know what I was saying, but I never wanted to commit suicide. But I also didn't mind if I faded away in my sleep. So I personally had things I could have done, but thank God I didn't do that. But some people do. And I could imagine them when it's so bad with some of these pills or drugs. You don't even know what you're doing. So, yeah, when you threatened about having the state police or the ambulance showed up, that was pretty much my cue to get my ass in a car and go to the ER because I had a little bit of clarity. But then the next hour, I might have been not talking right. But apparently, Nancy's saying I'm not paying attention to the chat. Let's catch up with the chat and put their questions on. It says Nancy says the It Crew's in the house. Welcome, Gino and Pasquale, if you're watching. If you guys don't know about the It Crew, they go live every Monday night, and they are definitely a Big Daddy Roadshow favorite. And Gene says thanks for the invite. No sweat. Please tell your friends. And now somebody had said, Lori said I should be on them, but they don't work anymore. Yeah, that's another thing. Your body will get a tolerance to some of the meds your doctor prescribes, and even the street drugs, apparently, from what I learned in group talks. So just be on the lookout for what pills. Like, here's my thought: be accountable for what you're putting in your body, whether it's food or vitamins or prescription drugs or street illegal drugs, especially today with the fentanyl and stuff. Anybody out there doing drugs, go to the ER. Get help now because the stuff they have out in the street now is going to kill you. The young girl by the nickname of 40 in my groups, if it wasn't for somebody helping her, she would have been dead. And she was so grateful to not be dead. And I'm going to tell a lot more stories. The people that I met at this hospital, both staff and patients, completely altered the way I see life. I'm so grateful that I'm not addicted to drink or drugs, street drugs. Again, I'm pro cannabis, which, by the way, Pennsylvania just was talking about putting a bill through to make it legal, even to have people grow it. So we'll see where that goes too. But yeah, it's serious business. So when your doctor gives you pills, make sure you question everything about them. So Pennsylvania is possibly going to make it legal. I think it's going to take them a year to 3 years to make it happen because our Republicans are very old school and staunch. I don't see them just passing it. But hey, they passed online gaming for and sports betting in Pennsylvania. So who knows? Maybe we'll get it. The prohibition can go bye-bye because that I'd rather take the herb marijuana than these medications they keep slapping on me.
Yep.
Thanks for putting that up on the screen. BigDaddyRoadshow.com is the website for the show. And yeah, they're pretty chatty in the chat tonight. Dave, a friend of mine from the auction days, he says,
Yep.
"Glad you made it through, brother." Yeah, thanks, Dave. I appreciate it. It was I'm telling you, I will get the story out there right. And when you hear the stories of the people that I was hanging out with for a week in a psychiatric hospital, you will have a new respect for people that are hurting because that's what they all were. Everybody was hurting on that floor. And some of them, God bless them, they're not going to end up back in normal society. It's just they've gone too far on, over that bridge of drugs and alcohol. So prayers for all of them and prayers for any of my friends who were with Big Daddy in the hospital. I know a couple of you people are watching, and I'm praying for you, and you got this. You can beat it. Uncle Bruno will tell you, he's done it. You can beat alcohol, you can beat drugs, but you have to really want to get the hell away from it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's see. Let's do a little plug for our veterans. I don't know if you heard the news today, but I don't remember what branch it was, but a couple people died in a practice maneuver. So shout out to all our veterans and military out there.
Yeah.
God bless the family and friends.
Thank you for the people that donated for our publicity stunt that we pulled a couple days ago.
24-hour Big Daddy was abducted. We raised 200 thanks to people like Uncle Bruno and Kristen in Texas and Carla and Dave Kendall from Kendall Landscaping in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. $75 at 11:57. Last minute, we hit our goal. So next week, as soon as the money hits my account, I'll be handing Lenny Gibson anywhere up to $400 because I have 100 from my stars. I have the 200 from that. And then I have a businesswoman who wants to donate 100 for the cause too. And it'll all go to the Veterans Committee at the Hazleton Elks. And I'm due to go over there on Tuesday for a special dinner. Hopefully the funds will be there. I can give them.
You should be able, yeah, hopefully you'll have the funds. Hopefully you'll be able to go live for a couple of minutes while you're handing the funds over. That'll be kind of cool.
I'm sure we will. We have Wi-Fi at the Elks Lodge. That'll be great. So Let's see. I'm trying to keep up. It's hard, folks, for me to even look at the chat.
Is Sarah in the chat? Because I still have not. Sarah Peterson. Hey, Sarah.
Yep, Sarah from Minnesota's in the house. So we are literally global right now. We're from Australia to.
You have to tone it down. It gave a little echo.
Oh, my bad. I get excited, Uncle Bruno. Listen. I was slightly depressed, way back in January. They fixed that. I was back to my old self. Then when I screwed up with this medication, I went even deeper depression. It was horrible. So
You're echoing. You're echoing. Your sound is good, but you're echoing.
Can I ask the audience? I'm going to drop you, Uncle Bruno, just for a second. I want to know if the echo's coming from you. So this is a test. I'm not busting your balls. I just want to learn from this. I'll bring you right back in a couple seconds. We're going to do a test. Besides, Uncle Bruno had to pick his nose. This is a test. Check 1, 2. Check. Is there an echo? Check 1, 2. Or is it Uncle Bruno's equipment? I'm not saying it is, but I'm not saying it isn't either. This is a test of the Big Daddy Roadshow Network. By the way, if you haven't shared it, would you please hit the share button? I don't know where the hell it is, but it's somewhere probably down there or up your ass. I don't know. All right, let's bring Uncle Bruno back so he can pick on me with my echo. And Uncle Bruno, give me a thumbs up if it stopped echoing. It did. All right, here we go. Bring Uncle Bruno back. And again, it's hard for me to keep up with the chat. That's all I can say.
Yeah, you didn't echo at all. You had a little bit of different sound, but it didn't echo.
That's because you have
Well,
your
but like I
phone.
said, unless because I've got my iPad too close here, I don't know, but I've always had my iPad close.
I always tell everybody that comes on my show, screw the iPads. Once you share the show, turn it off because you got to be in the moment. What if we have a real serious conversation and you're looking at some girl's boobs or something?
Well, no, I mean I'm looking at chat here.
Lori Faraday's in the house. What's up, Lori? There's another young lady that
Yep.
tried to help me when I was, when I had that whole detox thing from the prescribed. I want to stress it's prescribed because everybody's giving me shit that I'm a drug addict. And guess what? That's a horrible thing to say to anybody, even people who got stuck on street drugs. Let me just tell you, if you want an eye-opening experience, check yourself into a Philadelphia psychiatric hospital, and you'll have a whole new appreciation for people suffering out there. Man, my heart goes out to those people, and I'm so happy that they put up with me and my bullshit because they did not like hearing that I wasn't addicted to alcohol and drugs.
Well, of course, because and you know why? Because you, the first step to recovery is admitting that you have a problem. So these people have to deal with the fact that you're going there and they're asking you the question and you're saying, "Oh no, I'm not addicted to drugs or alcohol." Well, they have to make sure of that. So they're going to continue to ask you, and it's just like you're proven innocent until you're guilty.
You're guilty until proven innocent.
You're guilty until proven innocent.
Right. And I'll tell you, even the staff, they treat you like you're in kindergarten. Once you go to 5 groups, you get privileges to go down and go outside and have dinner and stuff. I was jamming with the band that played in that dinner. I was singing with them. I mean, it's worth it. Check out the shows because when I do them, I'm probably not even going to have chat. I'm just going to tell the story. And when you hear, you even have to laugh at some of the people that were there. I mean, because they were hysterically piss your pants funny, but this situation was still sad. But you know me, I got to find a comedy in it, or I would have. If I wouldn't have had comedy, I wouldn't have made it through those 5 or 6 days. I went in on a Thursday. I think I got checked in. The ER was like a day or two. So I think I left on a Tuesday. What day did you threaten to shoot me if I didn't go to the ER? That was a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
I think it was a Tuesday or Wednesday.
And by Thursday morning at 1 a.m., that's how long it took for them to get me in my paper pants and my paper shirt. And I get checked in at the Belmont Behavioural Hospital in Philly.
Oh yeah, tell them why you had to be in paper pants and paper thing because they still thought you were a druggie smuggling stuff in certain orifices.
I know where you're going with this. So the dude that checks me in is like, hey man, we got to do a body search, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not a criminal. So I actually bullshitted my way out of getting a finger up my bum. I told him, I said, do a piss test. I'm not on drugs. You'll see I'm not. You'll find out I'm not. But I said, I said, geez. And then it occurred to me, yeah, some of the people that are checking in there might have smuggled drugs up their bum. So anyway, and Sarah says, Big Daddy, you need to shave. Yeah, well, that's what we're talking about. We may do that. But this is what you look like when you detox from prescribed.
She probably missed the original story, so.
Sarah's going to miss some of the story tonight. She'll come, she'll leave, she'll come back. Sarah's in her own world, too. I love Sarah. She's been with the Big Daddy Roadshow since almost the beginning. But so anyway, the chat is really on fire. I'm very sorry, folks. I can't keep
You're
up.
Back to echoing again.
That's because your iPad's on. Will you turn
It's off. I turned my iPad off.
Okay, do me one more thing. Turn your volume down on your phone that you're going live with me on.
I did that a few times too.
Well, I'll just whisper, but if my audience can't hear me, then it's all on you. All right, let's talk about Christmas. I know it's early. My friend, the hippie tie-dye guy. Do you know this man?
Yeah.
All right, so here he is in one of his tie-dyes. This is an interesting story also related to when you threatened to shoot me if I didn't go to the ER the other day. He had heard that I wasn't feeling myself, and he sent me this really rad tie-dye shirt as a gift. Now, I've been wearing his tie-dyes for over 3 years now. I have quite a few in the collection. Here's another one. This is one of my favorites. And you can see that it's like 3 years old, but look at the colors are still rocking. Anyway, he sells tons of these every Christmas, and a lot of my audience have ordered from Andrew. So he told me to tell everybody that you've got to have your orders in by December 5th to make Christmas, number one. And I'm going to just quick show some samples. Here's one of the lighter versions that I love. Here's a picture of me at the Wisecrackers comedy, and that's Andrew's shirt. And do you mind if I just share a few of his shirts? I think when you see how cool these shirts are, they are anywhere from $20 on sale to $35, which pretty much I think includes shipping. And these shirts are high quality. What, it's turned off?
It's turned off and it's still echoing.
You know, I really think you need to see a hearing specialist. Maybe it's in your ears. That people in the chat said it wasn't echoing.
It's weird. It's echoing to me then. If it's not
By the way,
echoing to them.
did I ever show you this thing? I can't lift my arm any higher than this. I don't know why, but that's another medical ailment. This was given to me by Lenny Gibson at the Elks. It's all the branches of the armed services in America. I love it. Coast Guard, Army, Navy, Marines,
Cool.
Air Force. So, yeah, but here,
Do we have a link for this guy for his shirts? We got to put it up on the. We got to put it up
right after the show. Hopefully, Andrew might even catch this live and he could post it. But you basically go to Andrew's. Just reach out to me, and if you do go to him, mention that Big Daddy sent you, because I'm telling you, there's a lot of people all over the country that buy this. I mean, you have to see his room where he does the tie dye. All you see is mounds of perfect brand new T-shirts. The quality of these T-shirts, very soft. They last, like I already showed you, 3 years, no tears, unless I cut them with scissors. I'm famous for cutting my shirts with scissors. But check out these other shirts. I'm going to show you about 5 or 6 really quick, everybody, and then we'll switch gears to Bridget the Midget. Yes, Bridget the Midget. Interesting story. Let me see. We'll ditch these two. And this is one of my favorite lighter brands that he does, and that's Max Doselli. He's a friend of mine, headliner comedian. I just saw he was headlining in a big theater somewhere. He travels all over the world doing comedy. And here's one of my favorite new ones I seen him making. And look at this blue one coming up. Nancy's looking for something. So if you guys are into tie-dye T-shirts, or if you're looking for Christmas presents and I think the smaller ones are cheaper, like for kids and stuff, he'll make bed sheets for you. He'll do bed sheet sets. If you send,
what's his name again?
Andrew Marquez. Andrew Marquez. Oh, there he is. How you doing, Andrew? Could you please put your link on the
yeah, put the link down.
There you go. You go to his personal page and you just say, hey, I'd like to order this particular shirt, and he'll make it custom for you. And they're just phenomenal. Andrew, I'm showing off your work right now. And I'll get a couple more up here just to show you guys. He is the Tye Die Hippy. And, I just dropped Uncle Bruno by mistake. Sorry about that. We'll bring it back in a second. He's laughing at me in the back office. So you've just entered the hippie zone. You have crossed over into the hippie zone. Yeah, I can't talk all of a sudden. So let me bring up back Uncle Bruno after I show off these next 3. Here's a little bit of his workstation. And here's another shirt. This is pretty similar to the one I have, but it's in the blues and purple family. And hang tough, Uncle Bruno. I'm going to bring it back after I show off all these shirts. But this guy really is talented. He claims that he's not the most talented, but I disagree. I think his designs are better than any tie-dyes I've ever seen. Did I show this one yet? I don't know. I'm just going to make sure it goes up just in case. And there's a few more. Oh, and this is my all-time favorite design coming up right here. This one here is my favorite design ever. He also makes one where he kind of puts little white blotches, and it looks like you're traveling through space at high speed. Here is one of the sheet sets he makes, and I'm sure he can do almost any design. There's nothing he can't do. And that's pretty much it. That's a pretty damn good sample of Andrew's work. But if you want to see more designs, and Andrew, while you're here, thank you for the gift. I actually told myself once I committed to go into the ER that if I went to the hospital, I would wear this shirt. And I am happy to report to you, I wore this shirt in the first group meeting, and the day and then I got to do laundry. I had laundry privileges, and I walked out of the hospital with this instead of my paper pants and my paper shirt. So shout out to Geisinger Emergency Room in Wilkes-Barre. I guess it's in Plains Township. And thank you to Belmont Behavioral Hospital on the east side of Philadelphia. Oh, Bruno, I'm going to bring you back. Guess what they don't have in psychiatric hospitals? You'll never guess. Guess what they don't have in psychiatric hospitals? Oh, definitely not. No, you're not allowed. Listen, they take the shoelaces out of your shoes. Yeah, there's definitely no knives. But what they don't have is a lot of times the windows are whited out. I guess some of the people, maybe the too much stimuli screws them up. So the first thing I noticed when I woke up in my hospital room was that the windows, it actually freaked me out. I was like claustrophobic. But there's only like one or two windows that you can see out, and that's
Yeah.
in the day rooms. So
So
anyway, what do you think? What do you think Andrew's work on his tie dyes?
I think it's awesome. I mean, there's some amazing designs there. That's pretty cool.
And he's saying thank you, thank you. No, I thank you, Andrew. I bought his shirts happily. I'm telling you, you order them, you won't be sorry. You're going to get a long life out of these t-shirts if you just like to chill out. They're good at camping. They're good just hanging out when you're building. I'm always wearing these tie dyes. I love them, but I'm a tie dye fan.
Cool.
I don't know how you'd look in a tie dye. I'd have to see that.
I'm not really a tie dye person.
You don't seem like a tie dye guy. You're more like a button down shirt kind of dude.
Yeah, but I'm more of a motor. I have the motorcycle, all those. I have the rally T-shirts. Those are what I'm into. Usually, I wear.
Yeah, Big Daddy said Sarah's bitching about me needing to shave.
Uh,
I haven't
we
decided yet, but Uncle Bruno thinks if I'm going to shave, I should have the beautiful Jennifer return to the show in her bikini and shave me live.
She was the first beautiful Jennifer. For people that might not know, when Tom used to do just a regular podcast, she came in and actually put it on Facebook Live one of the first times. And so she came in a white bikini, and I think there had to be like 10,000 viewers that night.
Yeah, that's interesting because, like I said, I don't get Facebook. I gave up trying to figure it out. But as you can see, our chat was pretty wild tonight. But most of my views and listens are after the shows. So they go to my website, BigDaddyRoadshow.com, and they binge watch the shows.
Right.
Most show views we ever had was 75,000 views at one time. I was blown away. I don't know what the hell. I can't even remember what the topic was because I have over 700 shows now. But
And actually, what's happened in the past, because you know that I have a lot of friends in Long Island and the Govs Comedy Club, and these comedians and stuff. So some of these comedians, this one guy, Darren Dillon, he had his Facebook. At one point, he had like 10,000, 15,000.
right.
15,000 subscribers, and all of a sudden, when something happened, and overnight, he had like 5,000 subscribers. And so they're trying to figure out what the heck ever happened, you know?
Listen, I had the same thing. I was up to 15,000 plus followers on Facebook, and I got a
Yeah.
note from them saying that we knocked off the non-active Facebook accounts.
Right. That's what they said, non-active.
I lost over 7,000 people that followed me. Hey, listen, it's kind of freaky to build up an audience to 15,000. But again, I have other things like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, excuse me, not Facebook, YouTube, and iHeartRadio listens to me. So there's people that pick up my show and put it on other platforms. That's why we figure that we have anywhere between 20,000 and 35,000 of people that listen, but they don't listen live, and they listen on their own terms when they
Right,
want.
right. So
So
while you were gone, before you left, obviously you remember the college scandals, right?
yeah, sure.
So Felicity Huffman, she ended up getting a fine and 14 days in jail.
Oh,
That was her sentence. Plus, she has to do 250 community hours. So this is how ironic. This past weekend, William H. Macy and the daughter Sophia, which is the girl that they did all this, correcting her tests and stuff. They went to visit their mom this weekend. So she's in a federal penitentiary somewhere. I forget where the heck she is. She's outside of L.A. Oh, Northern. She's in Dublin. She's in FCI Dublin in Northern California. So William Macy and her daughter Sophia they came up from LA to see her face to face.
wow.
And then the other one, I forget I forget the other girl that's involved. She's telling them to F off, and she's going to court. So we'll see. She took a plea, and we'll see what the other one's claiming innocence, and so she's going to have a court date coming up. So we'll see what she gets herself into.
Well, I'm glad you're up on all that because I got to tell you, I'm not because I was going through all my crap, I guess, when that was going down. But keep us updated. Now, this is the last picture. This is Andrew with his little dog. He just had a dog pass away. God bless him. And I know, Andrew, you love your animals like I do. But this is somebody gave him this puppy to not you can't replace the dog you love, but he got this new puppy, and that's his new puppy right there. So, Andrew, one last shout out to you. I believe the link that Nancy posted will get you to Andrew's page if you'd like to buy his tie dyes. Again, look out for sales and look out for just really good prices, which include shipping already. And tell him Big Daddy sent you. And Andrew, again, thanks for the gift. It was cool. I actually took the bag unopened to Philadelphia, and I said, well, if I have the nerve to sign in, I'll treat myself to wearing this. And I went to group in my tie dye shirt. By the way, everybody in the psychiatric hospital loves your work too. So everybody was asking me, where did I get the tie dye shirt from? I said, the hippie tie dye guy, or he goes by the tie dye hippie. But yeah, Andrew Marquez, thanks for always making great shirts, and they're really high quality. They last a long time, take tons of washes, still very bright. I don't even know how the hell he does it. So, Uncle Bruno, moving on, let's get right into it with Bridget the Midget news. So apparently I got myself in trouble because here's the thing. I have a thing for little people. I actually had a nurse that was going to school in Philadelphia. She was like doing intern work at the hospital. And I'm just intrigued. They're like little scrunched down people. And I know what I just said is not politically correct, but it's just, I think they're adorable. Well, Bridget the Midget is supposedly famous for stripping and porn, and I've never seen her before. Well, it turns out she got into a little bit of trouble recently, allegedly, because you want to tell the story?
Yeah, she got a beef with her boyfriend, and there she is. And she got in a beef with her boyfriend and stabbed
Wait,
him.
yeah, she stabbed him. That's
Yep.
crazy, man.
So we're still trying to figure out if he's tall or if he's a little person like her, because we're trying to figure out where the stab wounds would be.
Right.
Because she is only she is like 3 feet something. She's got some form of dwarfism. So
And I got to tell you, she's a looker. She's a pretty young lady.
well, she was, but you should see her in a mugshot. I think that the drugs and alcohol got the best of her.
Oh, is that her?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's sad. But anyway, I was just like, and I thought I had a picture of a switchblade, but I guess I don't have it. But you said that the knife she in question was what?
A butter knife. Here's the story, okay? Here's the story. It says, according to police reports, Bridget showed up to her boyfriend Jesse's place in the wee hours. That's pretty good too, the wee
Yeah,
hours
like I
of the
get it.
morning and found him asleep with another woman. That will do it. That will do it.
It'll get the cutlery out.
That will do it. She told cops she screamed at them, grabbed the knife, and stabbed Jesse in the leg. The other woman, who said was awoken by Bridget knocking at the bedroom door before she busted it, screaming, "You slut, I knew you didn't love me," at Jesse. The woman claims she saw Bridget stab him in the leg and then went to try to restrain Bridget. She tried to stab her too, but missed. According to the reports, the other woman, who was 5'8", picked up the porn star and threw her out of Jesse's home.
And 5'8's
So,
like
so here's a visual. Here's a visual picking up.
trying to picture 5'8's pretty normal height, right?
Yeah, 5'8's a normal height.
Yeah. And she's like you said, only like what, 3 feet tall or 2 feet tall? I
Yeah,
don't know.
she's 3 feet something. Yeah, yeah,
She's tiny. She's tiny.
yeah.
Well, anyway, yeah. See, that's the thing, and that's another thing. Getting back to the visit to the hospital, you can't imagine the kind of people that were in there with me, professionals, doctors, everybody in society was there. So I still say that the way it is in America today, I'm guessing that 60% of the people are probably on some kind of Xanax or something. And my biggest problem was I was ashamed to go. I think I told you that. I'm like, I don't want to go, but I'm glad I did. And I got to tell you, they got me fixed with my blood sugar. I mean, they fixed me. So hopefully, knock on wood, it'll be okay. So anyway, Bridget, if anybody has anything to say about that in the chat, let's hear it. Look at her go. Look at her. Aren't they adorable? Wait, go back to that scene again. Show me that again. Okay, now check this out. Make it big. Can you make the picture big, please, for the audience, Uncle Bruno? Just tap.
Hang on. I'm trying to hold on.
Uncle Bruno's losing his shit with his iPad. I wanted to see that picture because I see details in pictures, and I want to point something out there.
All right, hold on. I'm getting it back.
I'm not rushing you. Don't freak. Lori says rage gives you great strength. Oh, gorilla strength.
Yeah.
And I guess she meant when the person threatened to pick her up and throw her. Anyway, a little closer. Now check it out. That looks to me like one of the bachelor parties I used to photograph. Look at the shit on the floor. God bless her. I wouldn't want to be on that floor. Bridget, get up off the dirty floor. But
I think she's at a dressing room at a strip club. I think where that came from.
Nancy says she loves little people too, but she didn't like it when I shared Bridget.
She didn't like it shared on her. She didn't like it shared on her Facebook page.
I just thought it was interesting that she was being put up on charges. I didn't post.
You didn't write. You didn't know her backstory. I don't think half the people probably knew that she was a porn star.
You know, I just honestly, it was really kind of interesting to meet a person that is. I don't even know what the politically correct term is. What do you call them? What do they like to be called? Oh, by the way, please share the show because that's the only way our show grows. Please, Nancy, share it again. I mean, how many times have you shared it out there?
I think nothing's politically correct. I think you call them by, if you know them, you call them by their name. That's it. I don't think anything's little people, dwarf. Those are not politically correct anymore.
Called dwarfs. I don't know. Who the hell knows? I don't even know why I'm having this conversation, other than I think they're adorable people, and some of them are very famous. Listen, when you used to go to the carnival, who was the barker outside of the tent? It was always a little tiny person.
Troy Werner. He passed away. What, last year, the year before, or something? He was a little person.
Andrew says we're a bunch of goofballs, but he spelled goofballs wrong. Yeah, Andrew, don't call somebody a goofball if you're going to spell wrong.
Goofbills. Don't spell that on your tie-dye T-shirt.
How's Boston doing? Are they in the game? Are they going to the World Series?
No, they're all done. Boston's all done. Your guys are all done. And guess what? The $1 billion payroll team with all these home run hitters couldn't get it done. They're done too.
Yankees are done?
Done last night.
What? Houston Astros?
So last night, and I'm sorry for sports fans that are not here. So last night, Houston's leading top of the ninth, 4-2. Okay. All of a sudden they get one out. The Yankees get a run. They get a two-run thing. No porn on my page. Nice. What was
the inning?
That was top of the ninth. So Yankees come up. They tie it 4-4. And they video, you know how they do those YouTubes and they show you, like today you go and see all these things on Facebook. You see all the Yankee fans, they're going nuts in their houses, throwing shit around and everything. And then all of a sudden they all sit down to go to the bottom of the ninth, and this Altuve comes up. He's like a 5'2", okay? A guy gets on base, he hits a 2-run homer, walk off. Houston goes to the World Series with the Washington Nationals. For the first time ever, the Washington Nationals are going to the World Series.
Congratulations to a rival of my Phillies, the Washington Nationals. Yep. And you know what? You're taking me back to when I was a child watching what's the Bad News Bears, Breaking Training, when they went to the Houston Astrodome.
Yeah.
Congratulations to the Astros. That's a team you don't really hear often. It's like the Cubbies with the guy.
Well, the Astros, remember, a few years ago, they moved the Astros to the American League, and they've been a powerhouse. They've been a powerhouse. Yep.
Yeah, they're but I mean, there's always like those teams like the Brewers. They never get anywhere. It's a sin. Jesus God bless you.
So, yep. So the teams that were supposed to be in it this year was supposed to be the Yankees and the Dodgers. Were actually, if you had it, the least amount of money was the Yankee and the Dodgers. The most amount of money would have been like Tampa Bay, Twins or Tampa Bay against probably Washington Nationals or the Mets would have been the big money.
Yeah. So who do you think is going to win the World Series?
That's going to be tough. These are two tough teams. I think it's going to go 7 games, so we'll see. I don't really have a favorite. I just love the fact that the Yankees spend all this money and postseason remember the A-Rod era. In the A-Rod era, he sucked in the postseason. He was phenomenal in the season and he sucked. Well, this year all the big gun Yankee guys sucked at the postseason. They couldn't get the big hits when they needed them. And, that's how it is.
Spoken like a real Boston fan. You really show the love for the Yankees.
I don't mind. I just like the baseball. I just love the fact that the money doesn't buy you a championship.
The other night, I was able to watch Thursday Night Football on my Prime account on Amazon.
Yeah.
I was so pumped because I don't get cable anymore. I'm like, one thing we did do on Sunday at the hospital is all the guys wanted to watch football. We watched the Eagles lose.
Yeah.
And I'm really starting to get into football. I like baseball, but I'm not one of those guys that knows I don't know all the stats the players have. I just like to follow. I am thrilled to say that my Phillies will be having a new manager next year, so watch out. And I know they brought Charlie back to help with the bats, so we're all pretty pumped that maybe next year something electric's going to happen again. We'll see. You always have next year in all the sports, right?
That's correct. You always do.
So
at any rate, so let me finish my weekend thing. So the Corona Film Festival, right? That happened on a Saturday. It was a Friday and Saturday, but I ended up there on a Saturday. And then Sunday, I drove over to New Jersey, and so the Wise Guys, Starlight Productions with Biagio and Sal Pags. Okay, then I think did you meet Sal Pags in the Bronx?
In Brooklyn.
I think you did. I think in Brooklyn. Excuse me, in Brooklyn. You did meet him in Brooklyn. That's correct.
He's a great guy.
So at any rate, he's a great guy. So Starlight Productions, they put on October is Italian Heritage Month. And so in New York and New Jersey and all the Italian areas, they just have all kinds of festivities and parties. Matter of fact, this weekend in New Jersey, this weekend here was the San Gennaro Fest. So all the Italian food, just like when you guys went to that Brooklyn thing, there was just. So anyway, so we got to this. Oh, this party was phenomenal. They had a bunch of bands. Biagio did a bunch of songs. Maddie Love was there. Jennifer Alfano. These are all Facebook people that that I've met once and twice. And then Amy for Joan. So half of the crew. Yep, half of the Wise Guy crew was there. Jumpin' Gennaro, Freddie the Fireman, Annette. I got my shirt.
Cool.
So anyway, and those guys were cool. They actually recognized me for driving the furthest. And that castle, you guys should look it up. Legacy Castle, Pompton Plains, New Jersey. Just take a look at that venue. It's phenomenal. It was like you were in a Newport mansion. It was just amazing.
It was like Downton Abbey
yeah, exactly. It was beautiful. Grand staircase up and left and right. It was a beautiful venue.
What was the history of it? Do you know the history of it?
That's only a few years old. That castle's a few years old. It was just some investor built it, and that was it. And they've been using it for different events. And the grand ballroom will hold 1,200 guests. So they have to build it big because of the Italians, dude. And the Italians don't do anything small. There was 500. He sold 500 tickets to this party, and he sold it out in like no time at all. So it was actually pretty cool. And then before that, when we were off, I went to see Anthony Rodia Comedy. And I know people on I share some of his funny skits and stuff, and he does Road Rage Wednesday. He's cool. Dan Romano, obviously, he's off Govs right now. He's trying to get a show going on another station, but he's also doing a bunch of acting. So he's doing a bunch of acting, and Streets 2 is going to be coming out.
Uncle Bruno, we got to start doing acting, you and me.
We got to get. Well, we can get in. I can get you in right now. I mean, these guys, all these network connections. Matter of fact, like I said, when I went to the film festival, where's Big Daddy? When I went to New Jersey, where's Big Daddy? Where's Big Daddy? Where's Big Daddy? You were supposed to be there. You were supposed to be there with me.
Uncle Bruno,
in this event.
I was on vacation at a Philadelphia psychiatric hospital.
I know that now.
I mean, listen to me. When I write my book, that's a chapter and a half. So how about this? I didn't touch my guitar in over 3 months. And no, I'm not going to play a song, but I will just jam because I want to tell you something that was kind of crazy.
We got to say goodnight to Lori Haribo.
Yeah,
she's got to put her grandson to bed. So
I'm not even going to try to say that because we'll butcher it. Is it Haberl? Anyway,
Haberl. That sounds good. Haberl.
Tell your friends. So anyway, this I only wanted to bring up to you because in the groups, the staff, when we were watching Sunday football, some of the patients were asking the staff if there was a special holiday, would we have our privileges to go to snack bar and stuff? And they said, listen to this. They said, oh, it's a fake holiday. Columbus Day was a fake holiday. I thought, oh, if I tell Uncle Bruno that, he's going to shit his pants. He's going to be pissed. So. Oh my
God, fake holiday. They're trying to fight that now to take that off. The Italians in New York, New Jersey, and all around the world, Philadelphia, they're all trying to tell these guys to go.
Right. I don't listen. History is what it was. It is what it is, right? So
correct. I mean, it's history. What do you think about these? What do you think? I know you. I think I posted on yours. I think you might have posted it. What do you think about these idiots of now? They're trying this global stuff. They're blocking off traffic. Yeah. And that guy ran through. The guy ran through, grabbed the sign, and took the girl's phone and smashed it.
What people have to realize is there's consequences for your actions. So. You might block traffic and it's going to be fine, but you might block traffic and it won't be fine.
Correct. Hey, some people have been run over. There's some of these.
I do not condone, nor does the Big Daddy Roadshow condone any of this activity of hurting anyone. However, what I learned in therapy, I had epiphany after epiphany, and I'm going to share it with my audience. Everybody's seeing the world from their brain, from their view.
Right.
They don't necessarily agree with your view. And you have to realize that that's where we're at in society. Everybody has a voice with the internet. Everybody's trying to get their utopia, which it doesn't exist. There's no perfect utopia because everybody's so different. So live and let live, like the Beatles said, it's crazy. But it is what it is. And now everybody's speaking up, and I don't know where it's going to end up, but I hope it ends up where everybody chills the hell out. And really, honestly, the people that have to get to work, So protest from the sidewalks. Okay. That's my opinion. Protest from don't stay silent. Yell up, scream, freedom of speech.
Right.
And all.
Right. I'm not saying exactly right. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be protesting. They have the rights to protest, but they really don't have the rights to block traffic or impede other people's motion. And that's where, and these I know that you've had a post up the last couple of days of the Antifa, whatever the hell they call those fucking morons.
Antifa.
Yeah, that were blocking that lady, the old man. Did you see the video of the old lady and the man? They started yelling at them going across the street, and then that one.
Apparently that was in Canada, so it's going all. It's
going all. It's all over the place. Absolutely, it's all. And they're all. What really gets me is these guys and gals are supposed to be this tough militia group that's out there, and their faces are all blocked. Show us your goddamn faces if you want to be friggin'. If you want to have the balls. All right, because in the mafia, when they want to kill you, they face you face to face, eye to eye. They don't shoot you from the thing. When you get called in and you did something wrong, you're gonna face the consequences face to face. Most likely, you're gonna take a bullet to the head. It kills you instantly.
Hold on a second, Columbo. If you look at all the movies, there's always people getting wires across the neck from behind the car seat.
They can, but the real deal, that's movies. So I'm gonna plug one thing right now. You need to go to YouTube and you need to go see Sammy the Bull's Gravano's. It's a 2-hour interview with Patrick D something or other. Patrick, I don't know his last name. And let me tell you something. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes. You will be riveted to YouTube to watch that. Hey, there's Biagio. Hey, Biagio, what's happening?
Hey, check this out, Uncle Bruno. My hippie friend is not so hippie. He says, block traffic and threaten me, and I'm driving through you.
I said the same thing. I would do the same thing if I have to go somewhere.
There's millions of souls on this planet. There's 350 million people in America alone that we know of. Everybody's seeing life from their view. It's if you want to go down a rabbit hole, just think about that a second. And we have clusters, but here's something I'm going to plug. The longtime professor that I always pump, Professor Peterson. Go watch his talks, because if we get this collective thinking, it ends up in mob mentality. And when mobs go ugly, it's not a good thing. So just think before you do your thing. If you're going to protest and you decide to stand across a road, there is people on this earth like Andrew
That's
who will
nuts.
through you. So you're putting yourself at a disadvantage, and I don't recommend that. I do wish you could, I want you to be able to protest. That's what this country is all about. You're supposed to speak up if you don't like things, but then you have to honor the vote, and that's where we're at. Nobody wants to honor votes. And Christina White's in the audience. It's like all the who's who of the internet's on my chat
That's
tonight.
beautiful. They're all coming out tonight. Nice. Biagio's there. Christina White. The Cup of Time, 8 a.m. Monday through Fridays.
Cool. So you guys all missed my story about my stay in my paper pants and my paper shirt. Shame on you. You're getting to the show late. Also,
You guys will have to rewatch this show because you have to get the beginning on Big Daddy's 1 week vacation.
And Bridget the Midget.
Bridget the Midget. That's right. That's right.
Famous. So anyway, you don't think I could pull it off, but I wanted to ask the audience if they wanted me to go back and do my Halloween costume contest again. And I had the idea of maybe having a $10 entry and winner gets all, but you didn't think we had enough time, 10 days, 11 days to pull it off. So what is the audience? Let me know, because here's how it works. If you get involved, you would send $10. We will give all the money, and I'll also give the winner a T-shirt, a Big Daddy Roadshow T-shirt, because that's the thing. I don't want to have to come up with the money prizes anymore because I'm old and I'm on a fixed income, for Christ's sake. So like giving money away is foolish, but I can give a T-shirt away, and then if everybody buys in, like a car, if you do a car show, you got to pay $10 or $20, right? And put your money up, and then if Bruno's got the best outfit, or I don't even know if you Halloween, do you trick or treat, Uncle Bruno?
I trick or treat right now. I'm trick or treating right now.
See, Christina's all for it. We had a really great one. You were one of the judges, because I keep out of judging. I know.
I judge myself and a past, God bless his soul, Omi. Him and I went through a few hours of phone conversations. Him in Seattle and me. There he is.
How about this for weird? I wanted to look at the hair on my arm. I wanted to talk about Omi tonight because it would have been his birthday just a little bit ago, and his daughter was posting all his pictures, and I was crying like a little bitch. Omi, God bless you. I know you're up there looking down on us, and it's so strange that you brought his name up. Omi Valdez is the artist that did my artwork for free. And if ever I get lucky enough to have a big audience, I'm going to send some of the money, because he would never take money for the artwork, Bruno. I'm going to send what I should have paid for his artwork. I'm going to send to his daughters. And also he asked me, would you please just watch out for my daughters? And I said, yes, I would. So I kind of keep track of her Facebook. She gets really sad. And of course, on his birthday, she got really sad. So anyway.
Yeah.
Omi Valdez, artist extraordinaire. Sadly, he died with cancer. And Tuesday night's event at the Elks Lodge is raising money for cancer. I think it's breast cancer. And maybe I'll go live handing the money over to the Veterans Committee, like you said, if I get a signal. So this is a picture of my friend, Omi Valdez. If it wasn't for him, there would be no Big Daddy Roadshow, I assure you. So prayers to you, Omi. God bless you. One last thing here on my graphics. Apparently, I thought this was kind of funny. Apparently, mullets are back in fashion, and this is a graphic that explains beards are cool, but mullets are bad. So, folks, if you're trying to jump into the mullet phase, let's not and say we did. Do we really need to bring the mullet back? Also, to the people who say that guns kill people, remember that crazy son of a bitch. What was his name? Who gave the people the Hawaiian punch? Where was that?
That was in Waco. Was it Waco? Not Waco.
Waco, Texas. No, they had that was the.
That was correct. What the hell was the guy? Yeah, who was the guy that was the guru there? That had everybody drink the. Yeah, I don't remember.
Let's ask the chat, see if they know trivia. Who was the one the mass murderer who gave his cult Hawaiian punch with drugs or what did I don't know what was
cyanide or something in it.
Cyanide.
Yeah.
So also we always support. On my business card, you noticed it said we are the only podcast that completely supports our armed services. shout out to all you guys serving, gals serving in the Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, Merchant Marines. We are supporting you 100% always. And there's a situation with the hospital. If you're suffering from any PTSDs, please go and get yourself help. These professionals can help you. I know firsthand now. They're out there. They will help you. Just listen. That's the biggest thing. You must listen. You must listen to what they're saying, because even though it seems like they're being mean, I'm amazed. Looking back, I'm amazed at what I learned at this experience. So if you're out there hurting, if you're depressed, call the numbers for suicide. Don't do anything stupid. Get to the hospital. Even if you have to walk there, get to the ER. They're going to help you. I promise you. Okay, so Uncle Bruno, we talked about Bridget the Midget. We talked about
we got Pasquale's out there giving me a thumbs up, shout out, and you and I. So got to give the IT crew Pasquale.
Andrew had the answer. I think he's right. Jim Jones.
Jim Jones. That's right, Andrew. Ding, ding, ding.
So Pasquale, how you doing, Pat? I'm back on the map. I'm still in the game, but I will tell you, my roller coaster went off the rails at the top of the hill. So, but we're back. I look forward. I'm sorry I missed the big event in New Jersey. I was really looking forward to that. Uncle Bruno will tell you. And I was thinking about the film festival, but yeah, I don't know.
Queens. I would have gotten you. We would have gotten together. Definitely.
While we have Christina in my chat, Christina, at some point in the season 5, which starts this week, at some point in season 5, you got to come live with Big Daddy and me and tell everybody what you do with the music world. I think that'll be a cool, fun segment. So think about that. Christina says, great guys, have a great night. Both welcome up anytime. Bruno, you go on her show a lot.
I do go on her show in the mornings a lot. She spreads a lot of positivity, and she's doing a lot of.
She's the most positive human being I've ever seen on Facebook. She is like, and you know what's cool about her? Nothing bothers her. There's nobody bothers her. You could be the best girl in the world, and she's like the coolest cucumber. That's her nickname. Right. Her Indian name is Cool Cucumber.
And I know you were off for a while, but Christina ended up getting married. So yep. I
did know that. I had brief moments of clarity. I did notice.
Did you know that? Okay, that's cool.
She ran off. I think it was Nigeria.
She was in Nigeria supposed to be there for a little bit and stayed for quite a long time. And
you embarrassed her. She's like, "Oh my God, hey, did you throw a bouquet of flowers? What do they do in Nigeria when you get married? I don't even know. What do they do? Oh, I know." Was it cool? I know one thing.
She's been promoting a lot of artists, really great artists, unbelievable beats and music, and all different. I wouldn't say that. I mean, I guess different genres. I guess so.
Do you?
She saw me at the. She saw me. We had a blast at the Corona Film Fest. That was the IT crew. We definitely did, and we missed Big Daddy. Christina White was 6 months.
Yeah, but we were afraid. Remember, she lost contact with the internet. We were all afraid for her. We were telling her to get
for a while, but she was only supposed to be gone for a month. That's correct. And we were all kind of wondering and asking everybody if they heard. And they have very, very spotty, they have very bad internet service, I guess there is what she said. But she can come on and explain her, like you said, we'll have to have her on, and she will definitely explain what she's doing, and that'll be cool, because she's a very interesting person.
One last thing that I want to just put you on the spot for. While I was on the inside, and you've been on the inside, but we won't get into details. So we've both been in the inside of situations like this. What's one thing I missed, because I didn't really watch the news, that you would call, what was the biggest thing in the news in the last 10 days that you would call bullshit on?
One thing that you missed that you were bullshit on?
The big news event that I missed in the 7 days that I was put, there must have been something. Is there any big?
What was the biggest news? There wasn't. Well, the biggest news is the impeachment of the impeachment. They're trying to impeach Mr. President.
And what do you think about that? I mean, this is history in the making, man. In 100 years, they're going to be.
Dude, it's impeachment's like telling somebody to go to the corner store and grab ice cream. This is bullshit.
Yeah,
look at Clinton should have been done and impeached and out the door.
It's like being put in a corner when you're in 5th grade. Silly.
Exactly. And and like the other day. So the biggest news really the other day is they had a meeting and supposedly Trump threw them all out. But the other story is that the other. So Pelosi's coming out going, Trump threw us out. Trump threw us out, and then the Trump side's going. All the Democrats got up and took off and walked out the door.
It's literally, I have Elks meetings that are run more professionally than these guys. And if you ever see Elks meetings, they're always like, because what happens before you go down to an Elks meeting? You drink. So they shut the bar down. The Elks Lodges always shut the bar down during a meeting. You know why that is? Because if everybody was drunk, they'd be throwing chairs at each other down there.
Exactly. Or beer bottles.
Anyway, Pasquale and Gino saying you guys are the best. That's sweet. Thanks, guys. And I'm sorry I missed all your events, but you know me. I bounce back. I'm a big boy, and I've learned so much. I'm telling you. But Christina, seriously, you should do a seminar on how to handle trolls. It's hysterical to watch that. You just don't get phased. You have that gene.
Well, the same thing with her. So she just got trolled, and she gets. I guess somebody's been reporting all of her stuff. So she's been shut down, and she can't. It's ridiculous. And I think she found the person. But it's like, what the fuck is wrong with Facebook? Everybody that's positive out here is getting hacked. I got a phone call from somebody that I follow somebody's show and turned around, and I was almost like a threat. And I turned around and I said, do you know who they're threatening me? And I'm sitting here going, okay, well, unblock your fucking number, pal, because you are the lowest piece of shit for calling me on a blocked number to fucking threaten me. And click.
Let me tell you and of course, I don't have a PhD for just being a week in a hospital, but the people that are doing that are hurting more than most human beings. They're not doing it. They're sad. They know
they have nothing going on for themselves.
And really, we should pray for those people. And now that I've learned all that I have, I'll be honest with you. You know what I went through. I went through the worst kind of trolling. And I guess you'd call, the only way I learned is trial by fire. So I survived all that. At this point, they could damn near say anything, and I really don't give a shit. So.
Well, correct. You have to move on. You really got to move on and not give them the time. I know that in the beginning, we would give them
lives, or when you first start out in whatever this is, internet show business, it gets because you come on with your show and you have your plan of what you're going to talk about. Like tonight, we were going to talk about Bridget. We were going to talk about my experience. But when you let trolls in the chat, and we police our trolls, we get rid of them. As soon as you go, like even if people were cool tonight, in 2 weeks, if they become a troll, they're blocked for life. So they don't even get to see it. So it's silly to even troll because they enjoy watching the show. It's just that they want to take over shows. They want the attention. Right. And they really should sign themselves into a psych ward because they would find out that there's a way out. There's a way to be happy. Listen, my theory is this, Uncle Bruno. The news is trash. It is fake. It's not all real. It's not news. It's opinion news. Right. And it's designed to do one thing: keep you antsy, keep you scared, and keep you buying.
Right, and keep you watching their program. That's what it's all about. It's about keeping you watching. You see all these internet stuff. You show the one guy. There was some big hurricane, not recently, but a while ago, and these guys were. See you later. Good night, Christina. So these guys were. This reporter was talking about flooding and that how bad it is, and he's like waist deep in water, and then the camera pans out, and there's a guy driving a bicycle, and there's only 6 inches of water. He's talking about the whole area completely flooded out.
Yeah. It's bullshit. So and they think that most common sense people know it's bullshit. They still watch because it's like watching a train wreck, but.
Peace, Andrew. He's got to go to do some work.
Listen, we're all going to go. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm going to show some of Andrew's pictures of his work. If you need tie-dyes before Christmas, December 5th is the cutoff. Hit up Andrew's link that's in this show's chat. And if you have a hard time getting with him, just send me a PM. And if you're following me, I'll see it and I'll get you right in touch with Andrew. Right. I think $35 shipping included. That's typically the prices. There are lesser shirts, valued shirts like $15, $20 on sale. I see sometimes. So be alert if he's running a sale. but believe me, they're worth more because they last for years and years. It's a really
He
high
uses a
quality.
he uses a good quality T-shirt, right? So
I mean,
that's cool.
this
Yep.
shirt here, the other one that was my favorite design. I mean, okay, it's a little faded, but not much. But it's still got the punch, and this is literally, I call this one Deep Space Nine. And
Actually, that's one of the one. Isn't that the one you took with most of your photos of all of your promo stuff, right?
some of them,
Yep.
yeah. I mean, I'm always in tie dyes. I love, and I don't. And for the last 3 years, Jesus God, that things. I'm buying Halloween things that piss you off, scare the shit out of you in the middle of the
All right.
night.
So if you're gonna do the Halloween, let's wrap up. If we're gonna do the Halloween, if people
All
want to
right,
do that,
people do it. You got to
PM
contact Uncle
you so
Bruno
that we
or
can get.
Nancy or me. Send
Yep.
bucks to, I guess, I don't care who holds the money. You can hold it if you want, and we'll give all the money, all the entrance. So if there's 10 entrants, there'll be $100, right? Is that what the math
Yeah.
works out to be?
Yeah.
And one winner gets the cash and a T-shirt from the Big Daddy Roadshow. And second and third place, I'm typically giving away knickknacks, so I'll give them something for getting almost
Yeah.
close.
Do the do that. Do the do another. What do you call it on there? Do a do another. Just do a page on it. You have a PayPal account anyway, right? So just set that
I
up.
got everything, and I have a website, BigDaddyRoadshow.com. We always post the winners and all the entrants in a special article. I have the pictures. If you want to see some of the great costumes from the last one we ran, it's on BigDaddyRoadshow.com. Just search Halloween contest, and it should come up.
Share it with your friends. Share it with your friends. And my friends, if you're not friends with Big Daddy, contact me and we'll get you the links and we'll set everything up. All you got to do is take a few photos and PM them to me or PM them to Big Daddy, and we'll get them reviewed, and like they say, we'll get them on so people can vote, and then we'll have some independent voting from some of our people. Maybe Christina can be one of the judges because she said she's judged stuff before. Yep,
Or we
yep.
can have Australia help too.
Absolutely. Julie could do it as well too. Absolutely. So
Okay, so Halloween's coming. I want to know in the chat, are you really into Halloween or are you not? Like I was not always into it, but now I'm really getting into it. So I would like to see a contest happen. Let us know if we get enough people that want to do it. We'll make it happen. And something's happening to my software here, Uncle Bruno. What the hell did I do?
I'm here.
No. Okay, cool. Something's going on in my back office. I don't know how to close this out. Oh, here we go.
Anyway, so we can I think whatever you have, the last thing, I'm gonna get rocking and rolling because I gotta get going. There's Christina now who says you guys rock. I'm gonna say good night to everybody and till
Wait,
the
will you
next
do me
show.
one favor, one solid before you go?
Yeah.
Do me a favor and thank everybody who donated to my 24-hour veterans thing. And I want to put up Dave Kendall's ad. If anybody in my area, the Hazleton, Wilkes-Barre, Mountaintop, McAdoo, Nuremberg, Beaver Meadows area wants somebody to cut down a big tree or multiple trees, Dave Kendall Landscaping, call him. He also does snow plowing. Uncle Bruno, tell all the people that donated, you yourself, thank you for your $50 donation. I don't do those kind of things often, but I probably might do one around the holidays, and I might try to do it like 4 times a year because that was easy money, and our Veterans Committee always needs funds to do what we do.
Yeah,
So,
no, absolutely. I thank everybody. It doesn't take a lot. If we, even if you had a couple of bucks, it's not a big deal. But every little bit helps. The veterans really, really appreciate it. And as we were saying before, when Big Daddy gets everything into his account, he's going to get out to the Hazleton Lodge, and hopefully they'll do a quick live with them handing over the money and the commander there. You got to say his name because I'm drawing a blank.
wait, what was the question? Dave Kendall?
No, the commander at the Elks Lodge. I said you'll go live and you go over there.
Lenny Gibson. He was past
Yep.
president like me.
Yeah, Lenny Gibson will get some words. Somebody will have to say some words, but the veterans can always. If we don't do it for the veterans, the United States of America is not helping enough. So if we can do a very little part, it'll help. Every little bit helps.
Well, there's a graphic on the screen right now, and take notice of what's in the background behind Kendall's truck. It's the American flag.
Absolutely,
So,
American flag. That's awesome.
I love the vets. You love the vets. Uncle Bruno, thanks for being on the BDRS.
No problem. Everybody have a good night. Share the show afterwards. Tell your friends about us because season 5 is going to be pretty huge. We'll try to get back to Friday night free-for-alls where people will just talk about anything and everything. Remember, though, I like the nudity. He doesn't. But you know what? Facebook doesn't like it either. So guess what? I have to live by that rule.
Can't do it because of Facebook. Okay, Uncle Berto, thank you.
Talk to you.
Later.
Take care.
Peace. Okay, so now I'm in ghost mode. So this is a picture of Kendall Lawn and Tree Service. He's out of Hazleton area, and you want to give him a call. If anybody needs to get with him, send me a PM. I'll get you the information you need. He can cut your big, monstrous pine trees, oak, maple. He'll cut them all down. He'll shred them up. You'll never even know that there's a tree there if you do the stump service. And I'm pretty sure he does snow plowing and other lawn work. So get on his list. He's very busy. He's very professional. He won't knock a tree into your house. He's insured. I know that. So Dave Kendall, thanks for that $75 donation. You made us hit our goal, and I greatly appreciate that for our veterans. This is me talking without without me being on the screen. So I hope you can still hear me. And thanks for everybody hitting up the chat and being very active in the chat. I appreciate it. We'd appreciate your shares. This is the Big Daddy Road Show. I am Big Daddy, Tom Dwyer, and Friday Night Free for All, maybe a midweek mashup. It's random, but season 5, where will it take us? God only knows. If you're looking for tie-dyes or sheet sets tie-dyed or any kind of tie-dye artwork, make sure you see the Tye Die Hippy, my friend Andrew Marquez. Have your orders in by December the 5th, and it'll be under your Christmas tree. Trust me, if anybody loves tie-dyes, they're going to love Andrew's work, guaranteed. This stuff is a high quality, and 4 years later, I'm still rocking bright shirts from Andrew. The Tye Die Hippy guy on the Big Daddy Road Show. He's pretty much a sponsor of my show since the beginning, and thanks for my gift, Andrew. I appreciate that. Again, if you're in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Merchant Marines, Coast Guard, we support you 100%. That's what our show is all about. It's about freedom of speech and talk. And, well, there we go. My dog wants to go out. Buddy, you want to go outside? Time to let the dogs out. So when they say who let the dogs out, it was Big Daddy. This is the BDRS. Thanks for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, bud. Okay. Let me see if I can get this to work. It was a great show. I feel 100% better, 5,000% better than 2 months ago. Nancy and all my friends, Uncle Bruno and Ryan, and all the people that tried to get me to the ER sooner. I wish I would have listened to you. Melissa in Texas, thank you very much. Peace. We'll talk to you next week with season number 5. Please share the show. Talk to you soon. And cue the damn music. Wait a minute. I lost the damn music. Where'd the music go? Can't end the show without the music. Give me a second here, YouTuber. 1 second here. Again, this is the Big Daddy Road Show. Visit us on the website, BigDaddyRoadshow.com. And I'd appreciate that very much.